So, according to the first law of ecology, everything is related to everything. This means that in the ecosystem, if you pollute if you pollute in New York, then the Antarctica is also going to suffer from this pollution, because in this world, like we have discussed already in the class of ecosystem, because ecosystem is a system. So if you bring about any kind of change in one component, this change is going to get affect the other component as well. So that's why according to this law of the ecology, the first law of ecology, everything is related to everything. So if you pollute in the New York, then the effect of this pollution is going to get experienced in the New Delhi as well. Then second law talks about the cybernetic principle. Cybernetic principle. So according to this cybernetic principle, basically this cybernetic was this was an instrument that was used to actually for the navigation of ship in the oceans. So if the ship get if ship get deviated from its desired path, then with this instrument actually showed the fact that the ship has got deviated from the desired path, and that's how the ship was brought to its desired path with the help of cybernetic principle. This principle basically talks about the fact that there is a balance in the nature. The ecosystem try to create the balance on its own. Like this cybernetic principle can be understood with the help of an example. In Bihar, basically, dhamin is a name of the snake. These dhamins are considered as a friend of farmers, because they eat the rodent. So that's why whenever the population of the rodent increases, then the population of dhamin also increases, because of the fact that the food for this dhamin is available easily. But when these dhamin, when they start eating these rodents, then the population of rodent decreases, and that's why the population of the dhamin also decreases, because of the lack of availability of food. And finally, when the population of dhamin decreases, then again the population of rodent increases, because there is nobody to actually eat this rodent. So this kind of balance is maintained in the ecosystem. This is actually known as a cybernetic principle. Then another law of the ecology is known as Brontosaurus principle. Brontosaurus was actually basically a dinosaur which went on to get itself became so large that the transmission of the information through its nervous system became so big that if anything happened to his tail, then maybe after 2 or 3 hours he came to know that something has happened to my tail. So that's why this Brontosaurus principle says that the bigger is the best in the ecosystem, but after some extent the bigger is the worst. So this is the third principle of ecology. The fourth principle of ecology is there is no free lunch. There is this, according to this principle, if you pollute the environment, then you have to pay the price. You cannot escape. For example, if you throw any cadmium battery into the ocean, then this cadmium is going to get fixed in the body of the fishes, and whenever you will eat these fishes, then this will come back to your body. So if you pollute the environment, then you have to pay the price. So this can be explained with the help of there is no free lunch principle. And the last law of ecology is that is nature knows the best. So regardless of whatever you try to whatever actually you do to basically restore the environment, but you can never ever know what is best for the nature, because you don't know the linkages, all the linkages that we have. Like for example, through the environmental impact assessment, we try to actually understand what kind of impact any project or any industry is going to have on the ecosystem. But there are many impact which you can never ever understand, because you don't know all the linkages between the component of environment. So what is the best for the nature, that nature only knows. Generally we think, human beings think that with the help of some measures we can restore the environment, but what is best for the nature only can know, because you can never ever know the linkages between the different component, and there is also very time lag between the action and its impact. So that's why nature knows the best what is actually best for this